Yeah, I think we've already kind of covered them. The first two definitely. So number one, if you don't have a dedicated team in the club, we didn't for our first 40 years. We did some very good fundraisers, event type fundraisers, but it's the regular repeat advertising. I know maybe that's similar to other clubs. We had signs around the pitch, and we hadn't asked for the renewal money for 4 years in a row because nobody got around to it. It was nobody's job. So I think if you can put a focus team together, that's really important. And it's actually mainly, it's nothing rocket science. It's just doing the basics and just doing them as well as you can. We have a separate lotto committee, great guys, but they concentrate on that only. The people who look after the pitch advertising, etc. So just having a dedicated team, if you don't have one, think about it. And I know it's hard. Getting volunteers is very difficult, but if you can do it, I'm one of three. There's myself and Helen and Kathy are together on the team, and we lead things, and then we have subcommittees for the golf day or for the Christmas raffle or whatever it might be. But I think having a strategy, if you can do that, big win. And number two is Colin. we slag about right. What's going on now? And Colin introduced me to another Dublin club for another idea. And by the way, he'll say himself, it wasn't to do with Clubforce. I'll give you the example. It was actually an online auction, which I'd never heard about during COVID. He said, speak to this chap in Thomas Davis, who are a club based over in Tala. Absolutely great guy. And he said, oh yeah, here's who you talk to, here's what you do. We ended up making €17,000 out of that idea. And we had local guy giving up a second-hand car as a donation and all this. But wouldn't have ever thought of it. So talk to as many people as you can who are in this game, other clubs. There's some brilliant ideas out there. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. And I suppose also people need to share your own ideas, and it's amazing what will come back when you do that kind of think tank stuff. Yeah. And then the last one, yeah, just to me the key, communication. With all our, like the teams we mentioned earlier. I have tried to recruit one person per team to liaise with, and they're the person who's actually doing the work. We coordinate in the middle. There's the 25 people who hound mum and dad on the under 11 girls. Actually, our under 9 girls, fair play to her this year, €1,800 from the team in €10 tickets on an under 9 girls team. Right. And you think about that, but it's those representatives. So just stay in touch, and I think the web is a great way to do that, to keep people informed as well. So that's that's where I'd say three ideas. If you want them, you might make an extra few quid.
Yeah, so just stay on that for a minute. Like, I think for anyone who's interested in fundraising, basically what Tyg said there is absolutely essential. And I would talk to a lot of clubs that want to come on the platform and are interested in getting the lotto going. And I would say to them, listen, our platform is great. We have a good lotto. You can do your fundraising through it. But at the end of the day, the fundraising, the clubs that do well in fundraising are those that have a dedicated committee. I know it's not possible in every club. You might have a small committee, you might have a small club, but it's those that are just dedicated to fundraising that do well. And similar to what Tyg is saying there, for the lotto, whenever I'm talking to clubs about how do you do a good lotto, well, you need a dedicated team, because I know Tyg there, all he's thinking is fundraising. What can I do? What's out there? What new initiatives are there? How can I do this better? How can I communicate it? But if you're trying to do everything else, if you're trying to be the chairman, host meetings, register, liaise with the county board, and fundraising is number 10 on your list of things, it just won't be a priority. So I think that's a really key lesson from Tyg. Try to recruit someone to coordinate it and to have that key committee, a really important one. And just to touch on the second one, Tyg is on to me the whole time. He's like, what can we do? Any new ideas? Sometimes I've no ideas for him at all, but we'll keep an eye on new things that are going on. I'll say, oh, well, there's a couple of things going on. And the auction was something that came up, or at Christmas. And say, well, you could do that Christmas tree collection that a lot of people are doing. You could do something at Easter. You could do a predictions competition. We see all these things happening. There's over 2,000 clubs on our platform. So we see what fundraisers do well, and we'll share those ideas. So, anyone who wants to get in touch again that is currently using the system that wants to throw around ideas, we're happy to do that. So I think those are really two key ones. Have a dedicated team, and even if it's the lotto as well, have a dedicated someone dedicated to oversee that, maybe with a team of sellers under them, and then share ideas. You see Tyg there, he's speaking to other clubs, he's looking at what other clubs are doing. So I think two great lessons, Tyg, I have to say.